Hello everyone. In the series of learning database management system, today we are going to discuss about SQL. Then we will see the advantages of SQL and the type of commands or statement which are used in SQL, which we are going to discuss in detail with examples, and we are going to execute the SQL command in the coming video series. So SQL, it stands for Structured Query Language. Basically, it is a database computer language designed for the retrieval and management of data in a relational database. Now, like any other language, SQL is a database computer language which will provide an interface between user and the system, and it works on relational database. So relational database is basically a database in form of a relation where data is stored in a tabular format. So from now onwards in database, whenever we are talking about a relation, that means we are talking about a table. And whenever we are using the word, for example, tuples or record, we are referring to rows. So do remember this, relation is nothing but a table. So what SQL does, it helps us to retrieve, store, and manage the data, the values, which is in tabular format, which we want to arrange in form of a table. So it was first commercial language, which was introduced by EF Code. EF Code is also known as father of DBMS. And initially, the language SQL, they used to call it as SQL, which is Simple English Query Language. So EF Code was working basically on on a research paper, and he wrote a very influential paper with the name "A Relational Model of Data for Large Shared Data Banks." It got very much popularity, and in that paper he proved that the data can be arranged in form of a relation, like in form of a table. And later on, using that paper, using that concept, in 1970 IBM implemented and they came up with the software, and that software is Structured Query Language, SQL. Now, SQL, it's a special purpose and declarative programming language. So as we all know, there can be general purpose programming languages and there can be special purpose programming languages, which are also known as domain specific programming languages. So general purpose programming languages are those languages which we can use in any other application like C, C++, Java, JavaScript. Whereas domain specific, or we can say special purpose programming language, which work on some particular domain, or which work on for some particular application only. For example, structured query language, it work only on relational database. For example, if you are having a database which is storing the data in form of a table, then only you are able to apply the SQL. That's why it is a special purpose, or you can also say it's a domain specific language. And one more term is here, it is declarative programming language. Now, declarative programming languages are those languages where you have to tell compiler what to do. You don't tell compiler how to do it. Whereas procedural languages are those languages where step by step, each and everything you have to explain to the compiler, and then your compiler will do something. For example, let's take an example of C language. Now, C language is a procedural language. There we have to tell compiler each and everything. For example, if I want to write a program to find factorial of a number, I have to tell everything from initialization of variables to where this variable will get stored using ampersand sign. Then we have to tell, if I want to take out the factorial of a number, the loop will start initially, it will start from 1. It will go till that particular number. So we have to give condition. There will be an increment and decrement on the basis of the condition. Then inside there will be some multiplication, and inside which variable I have to store the data, and from which variable ultimately I will print the final result. So all these things we have to tell in procedural language, what to do as well as how to do. Whereas declarative programming language like SQL, we will just fire the query. We will tell the compiler what to do. We will not at all tell how to do. For example, I want to search some student who is staying in Bangalore. So I will fire a query, select star from table, the relation name, where city is equals to Bangalore. How my compiler is fetching the data is not our problem. Compiler will search in the table and fetch the data according to the constraints you have given. So that particular language is known as declarative language, and SQL is a declarative language. Today, almost all RDBMS is a relational database management system. Those databases which works on table, as I told you, relation means table. So today, almost all RDBMS like MySQL, IBM DB2, Oracle, Informix, Sybase, Microsoft Access, and many more, they use SQL as standard query language. So let's understand about the advantages of SQL. So first of all, we have SQL provides high speed. Now, here in SQL, we are firing the queries. Whatever commands we are giving in form of a queries. So SQL queries are designed to retrieve large amount of record from database very quickly and very efficiently. With the help of simple SQL queries, we can retrieve even highly complicated combination of data also from the database. And SQL databases also much more effective for handling very large voluminous data, because these days data is everywhere. We have bulk of data and its processing should not take time. If I want to store it or retrieve it, it should happen quickly. So SQL query provide us that high speed, which is far better than non-SQL databases. Next point, we have security. With SQL database storage, we can get security of all the data being in one place, and we can manage it very easily. Also, SQL provide us different types of views, so that we can give authorization and limitation, like this person can see this much only. We can set the view and access rights for those person. For example, at student level, only certain amount of data will be visible to student, whereas being faculty, the view will be extra, their authorization rights will be extra, whereas being on administrative post, their view will be separate. So all these things we can do in SQL. Next point, we have well defined standards exist. SQL database use a long established structured query language standard, which was adopted by ANSI in 1986. And since then, they are continuously working on the standard. Whereas non-SQL database are not having those clear standards. So it is far better than non-SQL databases. Next, let's talk about compatibility. So as I was talking in the above point, we have well-defined and established standards. And if a database adhere to all the standard, it is easy to get portability. Thus, the application level, if I want software, or if I want to access the software on third party application tool, it is very easy if I have a SQL database. In this way, SQL is compatible as well as portable. Last, we don't require any coding. So by using SQL, it is easy to move application between different database system without the need of rewriting substantiable amount of code. We just have to fire small query which are very easy to understand, and it's in very simple English language. That's why I was telling it is known as SQL. So you don't have to write much query. And these are the top advantages of using SQL. Now, let's understand about different SQL statements, or I can say different SQL commands. So in the further lecture series, we are going to discuss all these commands. We will see the implementation of all these commands one by one. So first command is DDL. DDL stands for Data Definition Language. Basically, data definition language defines the structure of your database. DDL will define how you can create, how you can delete the objects from database. So all the setup related to structure, changes related to its structure, or renaming or removing, all these things are coming under DDL. So the commands which we are going to execute for DDL is create, alter, drop, rename, and truncate. Next, we have DML. DML stands for Data Manipulation Language. So all the commands which are related to updation of the actual data. For example, entering a new row, changing in the existing row, or remove the unwanted row from the table, and so on. So all these things are coming under data manipulation language. The commands which we are going to use will be insert, update, delete, and merge. Next, we have DQL. So DQL statement enable the user to query one or more table to get information, and whatever information we want, that we can fetch using DQL, that is data query language. So only one query statement we have, and that is select. Then we have TCL. So TCL statement manages the changes made by DML statement. So all the logical transaction, basically in transactions, whatever changes are happening, that our TCL command will manage. TCL stands for Transaction Control Language. And here we are having commit, rollback, and save point. So for all transaction related queries, we are going to use this TCL. Last, we have DCL, and DCL statements is mainly related to security. DCL stands for Data Control Language, and it consists of commands such as grant and revoke. So all these are the popular SQL statement. In the further lecture series, we are going to see with example how to execute all this. That's it for today's session. Thank you.